So today I'm down in Woburn Deer Park with the goal of trying to photograph and film as many different deer species as I can. There's also lots of red kites and buzzards to look out for, so we'll try and film some of them as we go along. Today is quite a relatively hot day for the UK, it's 28 degrees and the sun is actually out. Not the usual rainy weather that we associate with the UK. So I'm expecting a lot of the animals will be in more sheltered parts of the park. We're going to start by heading towards the woods and see what we can find down there.
We're a little deeper into the deer park now. And I can just see the stag just over this little bit over here. I'm going to use this post as my tripod and work from here, shooting the kestrel. Hopefully, if it comes back, it's just flown off. And these stag.
I wouldn't usually hold the 600 like this, it's just to show you how it was positioned, and I'd usually have it closer to the body with the screen flipped up towards me so I can see what's going on.
But this was definitely the better path to come down than the usual route, which is quite nice. I'll actually use these trees to balance for the video and for the photos as well, actually, just again so you guys can see.
These are female fallow deer. You can also see they've got little foals with them, which is really beautiful to see. I didn't want to get too close because they had the foals with them, but viewing them from afar was absolutely spectacular, and it did come out with some rather lovely photos in the end. If you're enjoying this video so far, don't forget to hit subscribe for more videos and tips just like this. Having a tree like this is really useful. It means that there's less shake within the camera, and because the subjects aren't generally moving very much, there's not a lot of motion that I need to freeze on their sides, so I can drop the shutter speed lower than I would usually do for a deer that was moving out in the field. Coming out the deer park was also lovely. I found these beautiful meadow browns on top of the ragwort, which I thought the colours were fantastic in the bright midday sun.
Okay, right, so I've come back now to the deer park. It is just gone 7:15, meaning there's about an hour left until sunset. You'll see the colour now is a lot more different, which is really nice. But the big change is that it's much cooler. Earlier today it was about 28 degrees, now we've got a lovely bit of wind. With the weather a little bit more cool, the birds seem to be flying a little bit more, the deer are out more than they were. Earlier today they're obviously tucked away in the woods as you saw, whereas now they're actually out and about exploring the surroundings, which is really nice. I've only come in deer park like 50 metres and I can already see them, both the birds of prey and the deer. It's a much better time of day, loads more animals. It looks like it's going to be a good evening, so let's get cracking, get the cameras out. We've got some older boys just chilling down here with the beautiful hills just behind. The one I like the best is actually the one with all the ferns on his hair, on his antlers. Pardon me. Just because that looks rather cool. Come down here.
Looking back through the photos, I could see that this wasn't actually fern, and at first glance it looks rather gruesome. However, it's a fantastic biological process. Essentially each year the deer will grow their antlers, and they are covered in velvet. The velvet is used to supply additional blood and nutrients to the growing antlers underneath. Each year they shed this velvet prior to the rut, which happens in October. What you are seeing here is that velvet shedding.
Got our first stag just up here up the front. Also got some fallow deer in behind as well. They're a little bit further away, the fallow deer, in nice light, but they're a little bit further away, so I'm actually going to start with this red deer stag over here, because he's in beautiful light, which is rather nice. Let's have a look at what sort of backgrounds we can get from him. So what I'll do is I'll start here, shooting across pretty flat onto the red deer, and show you what this shot looks like. Not going to punch in all the way because I quite like the background actually. I'd quite like his head to come up so we can sit and wait for a little while. Actually going to bring that shutter speed down because it's not as bright as it was earlier. So 1/800th, giving me an ISO 640.
This was a really lovely way to end the day, and I even saw a few kites just to top it off. I really hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you've made it this far, please let me know what you think down in the comments below, and I will catch you at the next one.